So what I'm going to start taking off today is the transmission cross member. I've already taken the bolts out of the passenger side, so I'm going to demonstrate on the driver's side. There's three bolts you have to remove in order to take that out. I'm going to grab a light so it'll be more visible. So what there are, there's two bolts, one here, and you can't see it, but there's one on the other side. I'm going to take those out first. And then there's a cross bolt that goes through the member and attaches to a bracket on the frame. The bolt through the cross member goes from back to front, and the nut is on the front end. I don't know if I'm tightening it or loosening it. Through. There are 9/16 inches of sockets you need on this, on all of them. It actually was a little easier to use the socket on the bolt side rather than the nut side, because on the other side I did it on the nut side because I'm right-handed, and what happened is the nut went into the socket and it was a little bit difficult getting it out. Now to get these bolts out, you have to raise up a little bit, take the pressure off of them, and they come in and out really easy. If you don't, the weight of the cross member works against you. So all I have to do is take that other bolt out on the passenger side, and that is off. And I don't know how difficult this is going to be because it's likely to be heavy, and when I take this out, probably going to fall. Fortunately, I had the lift there to catch it, and I knew that. So I'll just have to slide that on out and find a place to put it. So what you're looking at is one of the holes in the bottom of the cross member where the bolts came up through into the frame. And I just wanted to show you that this is not exactly a precision fit. There's a lot of leeway there. And the ones actually on the bolt that goes through, this is a bad angle because I'm across the car from it. I don't want to undo the camera from the tripod to go show it, but that hole there is actually oval, and it's quite a bit bigger than that bolt. So the point is, as you're putting this back, if you bolt that up, it's not going to be a precision fit. So my guess would be to bolt it up, but not tightly. I hope you can see that, but not tightly. And then get your engine and your transmission and your transmission mount bolted to the cross member or whatever attaching brackets, and in a second I'll show you what the attaching bracket for the TH350 looks like. But get that all bolted up first, and then once that's all aligned, then tighten up the transmission mount. The mount for the TH350, if I can get it in the frame here. From what I remember doing the 74, which had a TH400, this whole piece didn't even exist. The transmission mount went directly here. So apparently the TH350 is a little bit shorter. They added a bracket. There's 2 bolts here, and there are holes in the bottom of the mount. I don't know if I can turn it over. Actually, it's one big hole that you can get into with an extension or a deep socket or something to hold the heads of that so they don't turn. And then there are 2 bolts, one on either side, and those are right here. Those are going to be a little more difficult. You're going to have to use a wrench on them because there's no way a socket will clear the hole for the exhaust pipe. So that's going to be 2 wrenches. And I think those are probably also 9/16. Yes, they are. They're kind of a loose 9/16, but a half I'm sure won't go on it. So that's it for the cross member for the transmission. And I'm not going to even take that bracket off because considering getting a new transmission that's 4-speed with a locking torque converter and better gear ratios that I like better anyways, for that come with this new transmission I'm looking at. So I'm not going to bother taking that the rest of the way apart or cleaning it up until I make up my mind on what I'm going to do with it. There's 2 transmission cooling lines that are still attached to a bracket right up in here. That bracket is a funny one. It's got a bolt in the middle of, actually it might be 2 brackets. It's got a, I think is a 3/8 inch bolt in there. You just barely see it. The problem is the one bracket is so close to the bolt you can't get anything in between it. I can't get the 3/8 inch socket up in there. At least I'm having difficulty doing that. So I might have to just destroy those to get that bolt out and then put new ones in. The lines are getting replaced anyways. So I'm going to try one more thing as far as wrenches to see if I can get in there and remove it gracefully. If not, I'm just going to rip the bracket off and then take the bolt out. Well, it looks like this is best going to be solved with just brute force to rip those out and give myself some room to access the bolt, because There's no way a wrench is going in there. I don't know how they even put it on at the factory. 'Cause there's absolutely no room to get a wrench in there. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time. I might have made room by ripping that off. Actually did. Those lines were in bad shape anyways, and actually if I buy that transmission that I mentioned earlier, I actually will be getting new lines. And actually I don't think they're metal lines that come with that kit. I think they're rubber hoses with stainless braiding on them. Need to back off the camera a little bit. What that actually ended up being was two separate clamps facing each other. With a bolt in the middle. Trying to be difficult wiggling that out of there, but I'll just bend it to get it out.